Welcome to episode 28. Time to catch up on a few things. Let's get started.
Something hit us.
Yeah, suck it, pirate.
Orders.
I'm not talking to you. Sit rep.
Awaiting orders.
That's what pirates get. It looks like they just need energy cells. I can have anyone deliver those. Let's see here. Do I have any traders in the area? Oh, here's one. Perfect. 884? Just got a deposit. Minus 884 energy cells. And then go here and sell the rest. Cool, I can actually see on the bridge of the builder that's waiting to build my Ort Cloud base. Just gotta get those energy cells. Let's see how Big Jufer is doing. Oh, is it done? It is? It's done. So that means, oh, nice. All the parts are in headquarters. So now it's just a matter of waiting for the station to get built. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. So my storage is actually done being built. Which means I can finally remove these two storages. There we are. Technically, I can remove the dock as well. Yeah, let's get rid of this because we got this. Wonderful. This means I can get research going properly.
Awaiting orders.
Should I have put large solid storage instead of medium? What if I remove this and then add a large solid? That's probably best for the long term. I do need to pick up 12 computronic substrate and 24 silicon carbide from here and deliver that to headquarters. I just didn't have the large blueprint at the time when I set this up, but I do now, so might as well use it, right? Soon I'll be able to make those materials right at headquarters.
If you could, please gather the required materials.
Buy one more quasar, maybe two. They've taken down these old storage units. And the dock.
Docking rented.
Alright, so I have to get that racing ship. Cheap scout. Minimum yaw 60. So you don't want Roll, you want yaw. All right. That's not going to cut it. Wow. Okay. I got to put the pricey ones on. But then it won't pitch. Well, this is dumb. How am I supposed to do that? It needs pitch of 60 and yaw of 60. This one almost does it. Technically, this will work. The Elite Vanguard? Who would have thought? Racer's done. Now I just have to deliver it.
Joining squad.
Oh dear. The Racer's gonna have to go here.
Entering a take fast choice. 3.
No, don't do that. Ooh, there's a V
Autopilot.
over there.
Disengaged.
Oh man. Avoid high-risk enemy. Yeah, that's probably a good idea, but you gotta get to the superhighway. This area is always such a mess. Oh no, great. Now it's getting shot at. Boost out of there. Yep, boost, boost, boost. Come on. Come on. What are you doing? Don't stop. Don't go the other way. I'm gonna have to fly this in myself.
Docking rented. Docking rented. Docking aborted. Docking rented. Successfully docked.
It's an honor to have you aboard.
Elite Vanguard.
Get out of that chair.
Entering a take fast choice. 3.
I'm gonna have to do this the hard way. Alright. You need to hold position, which means remove all orders and assignments. Then I gotta get out
Hello.
because my stupid pilot wouldn't do the job. Just follow me through. So now I have to go into the superhighway in my spacesuit. Which incidentally there's an achievement for, but I already got it. This is a very, very large structure.
Entering a take fast choice. 1.
Now. Well. Looks like they're taking care of that V. Of course, the V is putting up a fight. Yeah, that V is putting up a big fight. I probably should get in my ship.
Cover
Well, it's-
activated. Yaki.
It's good to see that the locals are handling the Xenon.
Cover deactive. Entering a take fast choice. 3.
Deliver racing ship. Where's the racer? What is it doing? I removed its assignment. I did. I removed its assignment. But now it's back on it. Alright. Let's see what this means. I'm not familiar with this mission, so I'm just going to have to wing it. Here comes the racer. There goes the racer.
Awaiting orders.
You got it.
Great work in getting that ship.
Come and speak with me, and we'll get started.
Alrighty. Gambling Den. Alright, Drek. What do you got for me?
How's the plan coming along? Hey there.
You-
That ship is our ticket into the league. One of the lower ones, at least. Don't worry. We're not aiming to enter you into some crazy death race.
What do you mean, me?
The fewer people involved, the better. If it all goes well, we can find a pilot later. Until then, you're going to have to show off some of your flying skills. Don't be so coy. I know you've run a time trial before, for the Crimson Egg Racing League. The time trial here is slightly more challenging, but hey, that's part of the fun. Once you ace it, we'll be able to get close to some of the shadier characters in the league, without raising too much suspicion. Are you ready to go?
Okay. Really? An obstacle course or something. Oh, I'm already in it.
You're all set to go. Give it your best shot.
Wow, they just kidnapped my body and just... Oh, this doesn't help that I don't know the flight dynamics of this ship. Okay, I'm looking. Wait, 3, 2, 1, 0. Fly to checkpoint. Fly to checkpoint. I can see why yaw is important, and pitch.
Not quite there on that lap. Keep going.
Really? It's gonna need a lot more shields if I'm gonna keep boosting. Not if I knew how many there were and how long I had to do it. Not having any information is a bad thing, Egosoft. It always is. How many are there? You know, screw you in your race. You don't tell me how long it is. How am I supposed to know? It looks like there's about 100 of these checkpoints. Need Terran engines for this. Oh, you can hit them. That's even worse. Is it a circular race, like with laps, but there's no... Apparently, you need a very fast, specifically well tricked out ship to do this race properly, which the mission doesn't tell you. And just me, I really, really hate mystery bag missions where you got no idea what to expect until you're knee deep into it, and by the time you're into it, it's too late to change your mind and back out and do any other thing. Like in this case, I just had to reload to an autosave because the ship that I put together for this race there's no way it's going to cut it. So now I have to go back and actually put together a better ship. It's annoying. All right, what I'm going to do is go down to this wharf because apparently this wharf here is the only one that you can buy something called the Tacoba. I've never had that ship before, so I don't know what to expect, but let's go get one.
Aborted. Docking aborted.
And while I'm down there, I'm going to swap out the Rodent's engines for something Terran because I'm getting really tired of the deceleration of this thing. So rather than Mark III Argon engines, let's try Terran Combat Mark III. Holy cow! It goes even faster with travel mode, but how fast does it accelerate? That's the the real question. And does it really take 2 seconds to kick in? That's one of the things I really don't like about VRO is that they got rid of the instant on travel mode for combat engines. I don't know why, but yeah. Let's put these in. They're expensive, but worth it, I'm sure. Tacoba. Okay, so that's a Tacoba. I don't think I've ever even seen one of these. It's gonna need... Alright, I was advised to get an interceptor for this race, and there aren't any interceptors in this wharf, so... Alright, here's an interceptor, Nimcha. What do we have here? Looks like a buffed up rapier. Doesn't pitch and roll fast enough. Oh wait, it does with the combat engines. No, it doesn't yaw fast enough. I had to reload because this mission that I was doing, worker welfare, it's got a pretty deceptive quality to it. Particularly that over here, you can see the kind of ship that you need to provide to race with. Well, one of the things that the mission doesn't tell you until you're delivering the ship is that you're not just delivering a ship for somebody else to use. You're delivering a ship that you will be piloting in a race, and you have to do very fast lap time in this loop with a whole bunch of checkpoints. There's probably at least a dozen, maybe 15 or more even, checkpoints in space that you have to fly through, and you have to do the loop quickly. It doesn't tell you how much time you have. It just tells you if you didn't make it, which is super annoying. It's like a mystery bag mission, which is the worst kind of mission. I hate the ones where they don't tell you what you really need to do in the mission. You just discover it, you know? And once you've built your ship for this race and you deliver it and you fly in it, it's too late. You're stuck with that ship doing the mission. And if the ship's not up to snuff,
Requesting permission to dock.
you're not going to make it.
Docking permission granted.
So I had to back up to, thankfully, an autosave, and that's where I am now. So I'm going to see if I can put together a much faster ship than the crappy Elite Vanguard that I set up last time. The problem is VRO changes ship dynamics, like anything to do with combat, which means how tough it is, how fast it is, and what kind of weapons it is. All those things are changed in VRO, which means that the same ships that work in vanilla for this mission won't work in VRO for this mission specifically. You need, I am told, an interceptor, not a fighter. An interceptor is like a fast ship. It's not as tough, it doesn't hit as hard, but it's fast, has the speed. And a fighter is slower, tougher, heavier hitting. That's kind of how VRO has classified those two kinds of small ships. I think there's like 4 ship archetypes that VRO has set up. In fact, here, let's go to a wharf like this one. We'll pretend we're going to buy ships, size small. And there's the class: Scout, Heavy Fighter, Interceptor, and Fighter. So those are the 4 types of combat ships in the small category. So they've reclassified the Elite Vanguard as an interceptor. In the Teladi Wharf, you have the Guillemot Vanguard as an interceptor, and things like that. So we basically have to discover what ship is going to work best for this mission, which means that I'm not going to do the mission right now because it's too much work and I have to do a bit more research before I can present that to you. So we'll do other things. One of the things that I did do was I installed a little mod that somebody wrote in the VRO Discord. This mod is called VRO Terran Engine Fix. And what it does is it restores Terran combat engines to have no travel drive spool up. So JCali2 has just recently made this mod. Now he made it for himself. He didn't post it on Nexus or Steam. And because I was asking about this, he says, oh, I wrote a mod for that, and he gave me a copy. So if anybody wants a copy of this, I guess I'll ask him if I can give it to my viewers. If you need it, if you want it. If you don't care, then it's okay. But I am annoyed by the Terran Engine spool up time, which VRO changed to 2 seconds, which means that you're flying around and you hit travel mode. That's 2 seconds. That's too long to hit travel mode. Sorry, I'm used to the Terran engines in vanilla and the fact that they go straight to travel drive, specifically the Terran combat ones. So I'd like to go and put one in the litigious rodent to see how it feels. So let's head down there now.
Morning Star.
Oh, I just passed you for 9. So this is bringing those extra Terran components, just a handful of things, to headquarters. Looking good. As long as I'm here with Chew for 9, I might as well pick up a load of hull parts and drop those off the Argon Wharf. Terran Combat Mark III. Slightly slower speed acceleration boost normally. Considerably faster travel speed. Well, not considerably, but it's pretty good. Much more expensive.
Requesting permission to dock.
But being that it's my personal ship, that doesn't matter. I'll spend 884,000 credits for engines. They really should be Terran Mark III shields. Well, no spool up time. I like that. It doesn't have the massive acceleration of the vanilla Terran engines. So this isn't super cheaty. Like you would think the signature move of the Terran engines in vanilla is the fact that they pretty much get you to your top travel mode speed in like 2 seconds. And this one, takes about 12 seconds. I don't mind if it takes a little bit longer. I mean, it takes 12 seconds to get to the top speed, as opposed to 2 or 3 seconds in vanilla. But I really like having no spool up time, because spool up time...
Entering system. Antigone Memorial.
Yeah, this is much nicer. The next thing I have to do is figure out what my deceleration distance is. That's always important. Well, it might still be 35 kilometers,
Entering
but
system. The Void.
I don't know. It's not really... There doesn't seem to be a way to get an engine to decelerate out of travel mode to a stop quickly. If there is, I'm not aware of it.
Successfully docked.
Just gotta drop these antimatter
It's an honor
converters
to have
off.
you aboard.
Oh man, look at this mess. This is awful. How am I going to do any trading in this area? Alright, here's something I want to demonstrate. I've got 2 for 6 here that I've queued up to buy 366 advanced electronics, which is more than I need at headquarters, but I want to drop off the excess at headquarters. Now, when you trade with your stations, like headquarters or any station that's yours, you can right-click on it and you have a bunch of trade orders that you can pick from. And it can be a little confusing at first what each of these means. The two ones that talk about build storage are obviously for parts that are needed to build your station, and the other two are to be stored in the station itself as wares to be used for something or traded. Now, the difference between trade with and transfer wares is that trade with abides by the rules for the buy orders or the sell orders that you've got at the station, where transfer lets you do anything you want. If you want to transfer wares that the station isn't requesting, you can do that. But if you want to trade with the station, it must be something that the station has requested in a buy order. So what you want to do if you have a buy order is you want to right click on your station and you want to do trade with instead. And you can see here that I actually only want 30 because 30 is what my station still has unaccounted for. If you use the trade instead of transfer interface, you will get the correct amount over there and not go over. Sometimes you want that because it can be a little hard to keep track of what's left in the needs of the buy order, but they are treated differently, and it is a good idea to learn the difference. And it can be quite confusing at the time, but generally speaking, when you're using trade with, it will only transfer up to the amount that station actually wants. If you use transfer, it will let you push everything over as long as there's room in the storage.
We're taking hits.
Oh my gosh. What are you doing? Well, it looks like it's time to do a little cleanup. Yeah, I might have to visit this for a bit. I am probably going to lose this trader, sadly. There's just too much heat over this gate. Yeah, he's not going to make it. Oh, that's sad. What the hell? Really? I'm in travel mode. And so is the S. We're both going to the same place, but it just happens to be alongside me. Well, tough for you. Well, there's a K. Yep, it's a K.
Xenon defense platform.
Get off my radar.
There we go. Defense platform is neutralized.
Orders.
I added quasars 5 and 6 to the defense group, but if you notice, there's a little hourglass weight symbol here. And the reason for that is because I built them in another sector to add them to the group. And then I told them to come to the sector with a fly and wait command, which they are now executing and they're just waiting. So they're not going to do anything until I take this off. You got to remove that. I tried just assigning them to the group while they were still in Argon Prime, but they just sat there. They didn't come to Heretics End for some reason. So I told them to fly here. I've been trying to figure out what to do with my personal inventory. It's got this safe deposit storage, which is great for storing your illegal things, but the problem is the game doesn't really have any way of accessing this safe deposit storage except physically going here and then one by one transferring all the items to your inventory. But the problem is that you don't know what's going to be illegal because what's illegal is different for every faction. It's very clunky interface. There's no way to transfer all. There's no way to transfer just the legal things. So what I'm going to do now is to just transfer absolutely everything out of personal storage and into my personal inventory. And as I find illegal things, I'll just try and remember what they are and put them back here if necessary, because you just can't use these items while they're sitting in your safe. And they also don't count against your net worth, which is a little frustrating because I've got quite a few things now, and it would be nice to have that included in my total net worth. It counts your personal inventory, what's on your person, your player, but not in what's your safe for some reason. So as you can see here, I've got 28 million credits worth of stuff in my personal inventory that I'm carrying around on my player. And that's a bit high. I mean, I wouldn't have expected that, but that's what it is. And now that I have it on my player, I can actually go and craft a few things. Spacefy Caviar being probably the most obvious thing. I can make 6. Spacesuit EMP, that's pretty obvious. I can make 5. And that's only limited by lodestones. I have 63 containers. Ooh. That's sweet. I should go get some lodestones. The thing is, I have no idea what some of these crafting wares are even for, like delirium, fine meal, first aid kit. I mean, when do you need a first aid kit? This isn't that kind of game, as far as I know. I'm just going to take the Claytronics energy cells and hull parts out of my build storage where they're vulnerable to attack, and put them in the general storage of my headquarters where they're less vulnerable to attack. That's actually done by this ship here, so it'll take him a little while, but he'll get it done. The next thing I want to do is to find the new miner that I built. There should be a HQ silicon miner, which is sitting in Argon Prime. First, I should make sure that it's fit exactly the same as the other one. I think it will be. Yep, it's the same. So I'm just going to give it the same commands as the other one. Local auto mine, silicon, heretics end. Where's heretics end? Am I going crazy? Oh, it's because there is no silicon in heretics end, which is going to be frustrating because I need silicon in headquarters. So let me hunt down some silicon quick. I guess Morningstar 4 might be the closest. That's unfortunate. That means I'm going to have to set up a station there just to hold it. Silicon is listed, even though on the map at the moment it's showing as all red, which is no silicon. But there it is. Yeah, it's there. Why is it showing as red hexes then? Anyways, local automine, silicon, Morningstar 4, confirm. Now I have to set up a depot. I wonder if I can copy the one from OrtCloud, because that one is just fine for a design. And that is a 4x2x2 plot. Ort depot. Save. Simple mining depot. So I'll make a new plot This one will be 4 by 2 by 2. There's the gate. So now just load plan, simple mining depot, rotate. There we are. I've rotated this 90 degrees in case I need to add more, but I won't have to add more. It's just thinking. Oops, I put it backwards. There we are. Not that it matters. Well, technically the miner will be docking a whole lot more than the trader. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm going to have to find a system that has hydrogen too, because I don't have any hydrogen miners coming in at all, and I need hydrogen. Well, here's one of my traders that already has Computronic substrate. Instead of selling it to them, I should just drop off at this build storage. I'm going to put the drill back on silicon duty in Morningstar 4 as well. Another ship that I have two of is the Shiyaku. This one is freshly built in second contact, and I'm just going to quick fit it the same as the other one for 2.1 million. Next up, I'm going to buy 4 more vultures from the Ministry of Finance, and those will be put on Tater Trade. Down here in Holy Order, at the Pyramid Wharf, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Plutus miners that are finished, and I'm going to send those down to the Ort Cloud where they can work at the depot. Explorer 1 is finished exploring Fires of Defeat. We'll be moving on to the next sector. Where does this lead? Oh, there's a xenon popping out of it. That's not good. I wonder if that's a xenon sector on the other side of this. I bet it is. And it is, but there's a significant Telati presence. A very significant Telati presence. Wonder if I can get away with exploring this. Wow. I've never seen that many Telati ships all in one spot. That's an almost frighteningly large fleet. I wonder what's going on. On second thought, what I'm going to do with the drill is assign it to my Nevidium in Morningstar 4, because I'm going to need that pretty quick. I'm going to tell Explorer 2 to do satellite service, starting in second contact. Unchecking continue to next sector because I think only one ship can do that at a time, where they all go to the same place. It's now time to research Teleportation Range 2.
If you could, please gather the required materials.
That's going to need a few things, namely the Nevidium that I said I need to mine, and some plasma conductors. I can probably gather those. That's handy. There's a bunch sold right here. One piece of advice for you is that if you're going to deliver some things yourself rather than letting the NPCs deliver it, you want to have the game paused while you're setting that up, because what might happen is the NPCs will fill the order and queue it up and queue up the trades, but then your ship will be overfilling, and that can be a little confusing sometimes, but just pause the game when you're setting that up, but it's a lot nicer. And you can see that here because I've got 750 that the station wants, and I'm going to deliver the full 750. Whereas if I didn't have the game paused, that number would be lower that it wants, and I would have too many. The reason you have to mine Nevidium is because no one sells it. It's not on the market. It's like ore and silicon that way. No one's going to sell that stuff. They only buy it, so you have to mine it yourself. I need to find a builder. Might be time to actually make my own builder. Oh no.
We're taking hits.
Xenon spotted.
Crap. Lost another trader. I really need to set up a defense station here.
Danger. Entering system. Tharka's Cascade.
I'm going to set up some satellites in Tharka's Cascade. Tired of not being able to see what's going on here. Alright, this is the situation with the Oort cloud. I've got 10 miners down here. The station currently has 6 of those miners assigned to trade for it. Some of them are in Pluto, some of them aren't. There's also the Oort diggers, which are the same kind of miner, and they're assigned to local auto mine in the Oort cloud and sell only to my station. Because they don't have the ability to sell their silicon outside of the Oort cloud, the Oort depot is what facilitates that trade. So there's traders, but they're actually miners' ships, but in the role of trading, and they will go back and forth between the Oort depot and empty it and sell it into the rest of the Sol system or whoever wants it, whereas the miners will repeatedly fill up the Oort depot, which is currently sitting here with 216,000 cubic meters of silicon in the holds. I probably don't need this many miners on trader duty, but at the moment I'm just testing to make sure that it's working and see how fast it works. And I'll balance the traders with the miners as I find out that balance. Oh my goodness. I might have to bring the sin down here because there is an I and a pair of V's heading straight for the Hitikva's Choice gate. That's concerning. Well, there's the I and the 2 V's. They're
Cover
coming through.
activated. Yaki. Cover entering system. Atikva's Choice.
So that was a whole lot of stuff. Hope it wasn't too overwhelming. There's something very interesting that happened right at the end there where I saved, and I kept the footage in the episode that I was saving because it's really important to know that I saved there. Yeah, the next episode will be very interesting. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.